I was a good student. I didn't see why my hair was an obstacle. I didn't see why my hair was an issue for anybody. Listen, for anybody who wears locks in Ghana, I sincerely apologize, okay? I sincerely apologize, not for you, but for all the wrongs you have been getting, for all the bashing, for all the evil eyes, and for all, the nasty looks that people are giving to you, and for all the judgments. Hi y'all, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, you are so welcomed. My name is Adwoa Lina, Adwoa Lee for short, and in today's video I'm about to speak on something that I really do not understand, something that has been on my mind ever since I was a child, because this actually brought me some trauma. It's something I have never really understood, and if you've already read the title, you know what I'm about to speak on. It is the culture of hair in Ghana. So yes, today we are just going to get into that. If you are interested, just join me. Go in the comment section, let me know what your thoughts are. Now, I do not want to hear anything like, oh, if you go to Rome, do what the Romans do, or all these comments and all these justifications that do not make any sense, because I feel like we just keep repeating what other people say. Like, it's like, if you go to Rome, do what the Romans do. Just follow rules and regulations. Every place has a rule, every place has a regulation. You just need to follow that. But like, does it really make sense? We're talking about hair here, which I feel like some of these ideologies and some of these perceptions we have and some of these energy we have about defending this whole thing is just misplaced. Okay, let me just say that. But in any case, just drop your comments. Be gentle when you drop your comments, okay? We are not here to fight. We are just here to give our opinions, and this is my general opinion about this whole culture of hair thing, because I feel like there is something wrong. So you guys already know that I am Ghanaian, right? So everything I'm going to say right here is going to reflect Ghana, because I do not have Africa as a whole. Like, I can't speak for the whole of Africa because I'm not from there. And so basically, I just grew up in Ghana, born and bred, did my educational system there. I started from nursery, then to elementary school, to JHS or JSS, to SHS or SSS. I don't even know when it changed. Did it change during my time from SSS to SHS? I don't remember, okay. But I did all those things, and so I feel like my experience is going to be the same experience for every single person who has been through the junior or who has been through the educational system in Ghana. So basically, when I was younger, I never really had any idea or did not really take hair very seriously. Yeah, I had hair as a child, but for me, it was pretty normal. As a 3, 4, 5-year-old child, you don't think, oh, I have hair and so I'm better than this person. You don't think I have hair and so I am more beautiful than this person. It never really crossed my mind, okay? At that age, it wasn't really a problem. People my age mates, sorry guys, there is a lot of noise at the background because there is construction work going on. So if you hear those sounds, I am really sorry. On top of that, I do not have a microphone, and so the sound is just going to be all over the place. But in any case, I was saying that I had people my age who did not have hair, but it never really crossed my mind to say, why don't you have hair, or to make fun of people who did not have hair. It just doesn't make sense. So basically, I went through the whole nursery school as a child from, I don't remember from what age, but from age, it was till age 5, and till age 6, you had to start the elementary school. Basically, at age 5, that was where I was hit with my first decision. That was where I started to think, oh, my hair could be a problem over here. Like, So from age 5 to age 6, going on class 1, there was just this policy that before you're able to turn, I can't speak. Before you are able to transition from nursery school to primary school, not elementary school, to primary school, you have to cut your hair. That was the policy for my school, okay? Which is the policy for a lot of schools as well, but for I never even considered that. But for my school, which I had made lots of friends, I love that school, guy. If I tell you I wanted to continue, like, I really, really loved the school. It was one of the best schools in the area I was in. And so I just wanted to continue, okay? As a child of 5 years old, being confronted with the decision to either cut your hair or to not cut your hair and have to change schools, that was a lot, because that meant I had to go and restart somewhere else and do all the... It was a lot. In any case, that was the policy for that school. So I either had to cut my hair at age 5, low cut, very, very low cut, or just change schools, okay? So, so that was it. I had to cut. I did not cut my hair. I did not cut my hair, so I just had to change schools. Now, in changing schools, we just went around looking for other schools, and it was so annoying and so frustrating, okay, because every other school wanted me to cut my hair. Like, every good school wanted me to cut my hair. And they weren't even public schools. These were private schools. These were schools that were considered international schools. Yet, I was required to cut my hair to enter that school. And I keep saying, at age 5, guys. Age 5 or age 6. That was the requirement for me to do my primary school. So, what ended up happening was all the school I wanted to attend wanted me to cut my hair, and I wasn't going to cut my hair. My mom was like, I'm not going to cut my child's hair. We're not doing that. And so we ended up finding another school. And in that school, I wasn't required to cut my hair. So it was like, okay. It was a new school. Okay. Was it a new school? No, it wasn't a new school. It had been around for long, but I feel like they wanted more people in that school. And so somebody introduced my mom to that school and said, oh, I know the headmaster of this school, blah, blah, blah. It's a really, really good school and all of that. The school wasn't that great, but I ended up going to that school because, yes, I wasn't going to cut my hair. And mind you, when I say the school wasn't that great, I mean the school wasn't that great in terms of quality of education. So basically, I was supposed to be in class 1, right? When I took my entrance exam to enter this new school, I was too clever for class 1. Okay, that is to tell you that the school I was coming from before was a good school, like really good school. And so for the next school that I decided to go, they were like, yeah, it seemed that your level is just too high for primary 1, and so we just have to skip you to the next class. And so I was skipped to the next class, so I did not start class 1. I just went straight to class 2. And yeah, I was just doing wonders in that school. But basically, I did not have to cut my hair, and so that was just the thing for me. I went through that educational system very, very nicely, and then it got to a point where I had to change schools again. I did change school, and initially there was nothing being said about you having to cut your hair in the new school I was moving to. So I had moved to one school already, I was moving to another school, and there was no policy about cutting hair. So for me, it was not even an issue. The only thing was that in this school, or in my class, okay, let me just say my class, for my class, every single person had cut their hair. So it was just me and another girl who had hair in this class. Abena, hi. So it was just me and Abena who had hair in this class. And I'm saying, how many girls? I think we were just over 20 girls. We were just around 20 girls, if I'm not mistaken. And out of 20 girls, just 2 of us had hair. And so everybody was just normal. Everybody was just fine with, just having low cut hair. This noise is just upsetting me and my homegirl. So basically, it was just me and Abena. And then at a point where I was about to move from primary school to junior high school, there was suddenly this policy for me to cut my hair. Now, I was now like, again? Why is my hair why is my hair such an issue? Why is it that I have to cut my hair every single time? Why is this even a thing? Like, why can't I keep my hair? I'm a bright student. I am doing well in school. I am not bragging about my hair. I don't see myself any different from any other person. But why is it that people want to make that decision for me? Now, the whole idea about cutting hair is that it's supposed to make you more focused in class, and that, it just, having hair in class just distracts you. It doesn't make sense. How does hair distract you from doing what you're supposed to do in class? Like, it's not like I'm in class when teacher is speaking, I'm braiding my hair in class. It doesn't make sense. It's not like when the teacher is teaching, I'm just there, just, running my hands through my hair and all of those things. Like, no. But any case, my hair was an issue for every other person. It was just really strange. So this time around, I did not want to switch schools, because then I also knew that when I went to high school, senior high school, I was still going to cut my hair anyways, because that is just the policy. There is a lot of flexibility when you are in junior high school. There are many schools that just allow you to cut your hair or to keep your hair. But when you go to senior high school, the rules are more strict. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I need to finally just get this over and done with, just prepare myself for senior high school, because I'm still going to have to cut my hair anyways. And so, yes, on my last vacation before entering junior high school, I saw Abena, and like I said, we were partners. So it was just me and her who had hair. And Abena had already cut her hair during the vacation. I'm like, oh my God, now it's just me. I need to also cut my hair. And they were not going to accept me not cutting my hair. They were not going to accept me just keeping my hair. And it was really stressful. Now, I remember that on the day that I had to cut my hair, and I'm talking like 2 days before going back to school, okay, I was so stressed. When I say stressed, I was so stressed. For me, my hair had just been part of me. Like, it had been all I had known. I have never seen myself without hair. Hair was important to me, not in the sense that it made me feel superior, but in the sense that that was me. Like, my hair was part of me. And having to shave it off just because I wanted to go to school or just to be able to attend school was just crazy to me. But in any case, I went to the barber shop, and yes, the moment that man slid a pair of scissors through my hair, I started crying. Like, when I say crying, I don't mean little crying. The fact that this barber was just like, oh my God, I'm going to have to cut all this hair. I'm like, don't make it any worse for me. Do not make it any worse for me. And so it happened. The barber just slid his pair of scissors in my hair and just cut my hair, and I started to cry. Listen, I cannot explain, but I still have that picture in my head even till this day. Like, even till this day, I still remember the day I first went to the barber shop to get my hair cut. It was the most traumatic day of my life. One of the most traumatic day of my life. It was just really insane. One of the saddest day of my life. Yeah. So basically, he cut my hair, and I remember when I went back to school, I think everybody was just waiting for me, and I was coming down, just because my class was upstairs. And when people are upstairs, they're able to see, the streets and everything. So apparently somebody just spotted me from the street, and just notified all my friends. And guess what? Everybody was just standing upstairs, just waiting for me to make my grand entrance, and just hollering at me like, oh, she cut her hair, oh, blah blah blah. And I was feeling it was, oh my God, like that was really bad. Like that was really, really terrible for me. Like I said, my hair was my identity. Having having my hair being cut and being this new person, which is very strange to me. It felt really weird. I did not understand why I had to cut my hair. I was a good student. I never got into trouble. Yes, I could laugh at people for them to cry, but I really never got into trouble. I was I was a good student. I didn't see why my hair was an obstacle. I didn't see why my hair was an issue for anybody. But anyways, I had to cut my hair, did my whole JHS or JSS with my hair cut low. But the thing is, when it was holidays, I would always do something to my hair. Like I would always just perm or just do some waves or just do something to my hair because that low cut, it wasn't it, okay? It was not, okay? I still don't understand. But anyways, I did that. I did my high school and everything in with my low cut. Funny thing is, the Ghanaian educational system just puts all these pressure and all these rules and all these things on only the Ghanaian students. But when it is a student from another country, when it is somebody from another country, you're like, you can keep your hair. Wait, if you are saying the hair distracts us from, being better in class and being good in class and focusing on studies, how is this foreign student any different? That's like, does that rule just apply to us or does the rule also apply to other people? If this is going to be a general rule, make it make sense. You can't just pick and choose, okay? You can't say, oh, she is white or oh, she is from a different country and they are supposed to leave their hair out and all of that. Like, make it make sense, okay? Make it make sense. The whole thing about focusing and everything, it doesn't just apply to Ghanaian students. Are you just saying that we are not focused enough because we have hair? Like, or you are saying that this other person from the other country or from another country is clever and so she doesn't have to touch her hair? Like, make it make sense. Anyways, that just went and passed by. And it is something that I still do not understand. I tried to research this whole thing about why Ghanaians put this whole pressure on their girls to cut their hair, and I still do not have an answer. The only thing I know is that we are still thinking in terms of the past. We're still thinking in terms of history. And I think that we Ghanaians have to unlearn a lot of things. We have to unlearn so many things. We're still kind of very much behind when it comes to other countries. Like there is a lot of problems. There are a lot of problems in Africa. I won't lie. And I feel like hair is not one of those things. Like hair is not one of those things that should be an issue. At the end of the day, we're trying to teach ourselves to love ourselves, right? We're trying to say, yeah, just love you for who you are. You are a proud African woman. You're a proud Ghanaian woman. Black is beautiful. Black is that. Ghanaian women are so nice and so beautiful and so poised. Yet, the same thing that makes us who we are, we kind of reject. And I still do not understand. Why are we rejecting our own hair? Why are we rejecting our natural hair? Now, this whole thing, if you think about it really well, we as Africans do not appreciate anything about us. We do not appreciate nothing about ourselves, okay? I'm talking about our skin color, I'm talking about our hair, I'm talking about our physique. We do not appreciate anything about us. Why? Because the system around us is also not helping us to appreciate those things. You are basically telling me that my hair is making me dumb. You're telling me that my hair doesn't make me focus. You're telling me that my hair looks like mefe. You guys, if you're Ghanaian, you know what mefe means, okay? Mefe is literally the plant is just the chaff, okay? It is the chaff you get from pounding a palm nut fruit, okay? After you have pounded the fruits and, you know, just strained and drained out all the liquid and all the juice from it, you're left with that chaff. And that for us is what method is. So people are generally going to say, oh, your hair is as dry as method. Mind you, this method is just used to light fire because of how dry and how, yeah, it is so dry. Basically, the Ghanaian woman will compare your natural hair to method, okay? To say that your hair is ugly. We do not have any form of love relationship with our hair. Like, it is insane. We don't know how to take care of our hair. How are we even supposed to know how to take care of our hair when all we do is just cut our hair right from high school or right from junior high school? We've always had this relationship with our hair where we're like, yes, we're just going to cut off our hair. And so what happens is that you grow out or you come out of senior high school and the first thing you do is go and braid your hair, and then it just goes on from there. Like, you braid your hair, you start wearing the waves straight out of high school, okay, because now you're like, yes, now I am a woman, now I am grown, and now I have to be in tune with myself. So the first thing is you start doing all these things. You don't know anything about your hair because you have never really had to treat your hair. And so we have this thing where natural hair is just, it's just a lot of stress for people because they're like, this is a lot of work. We don't want to do this work. And yeah, that is why this whole natural hair thing doesn't really work, because we don't know how to treat our hair. We haven't been taught to treat our hair and to appreciate our hair. It has always been do quick and just move on. Listen, for anybody who wears locks in Ghana, I sincerely apologize, okay? I sincerely apologize, not for you, but for all the wrongs you have been getting, for all the bashing, for all the evil eyes, and for all, you know, the nasty looks that people are giving to you, and for all the judgments. It is insane. Like, no more hair, even natural hair, people are looking like at you weird. Locks, it is on another level. For people who have locks, God, they are the most wayward people on this earth. It is so funny how Ghanaians see people with locks. Like, it's either you're ghetto, you smoke, you sniff, you like it's like you're doing all the terrible thing when you wear locks. It is insane. That is just the perception about locks. It is just so crazy. People actually do like locks, but people would never and dare wear locks. Like, it is like, don't do it. Now, it is so funny because I say this because you see a lot of people wearing false locks. Like, you see a lot of people wearing false locks, but they would never ever dare to just lock their own hair. You might have Madam A, okay? You might have Madam A and Madam B, both of them wearing locks. Madam A's locks are false, fake. Madam B's locks, real hair, her own hair which she has locked. But Madam A is going to be so judgmental towards Madam B for having her own hair locked. And I'm like, make it make sense. Can you make it make sense? You are wearing false locks, but that is okay. I am wearing my own hair locked, and that is not okay. Like, what are you talking about? You are running on something. You're just madness. And it is just so funny. I'm like, you actually like it. You're wearing it fake, but I, who chooses to wear it as my own hair, I am wayward. I'm terrible, I smoke, I do all these things. I'm like, oh, damn. You guys need to keep your own, you know, all these things in check. Like, keep it in check because it is not cute. It's either you like it or you do not like it at all. Don't go about wearing falsies and fake locks, but then condemning the other person who has real locks. Like, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Relationship with our hair, which is like, it's terrible. For example, you're young and you cut your hair and it's okay, acceptable for you to be young and cut your hair throughout your educational system in school. But you grow up, okay, so you become like an adult, a mom, a wife, whatever, and then you cut your hair, and suddenly, you are a terrible woman, terrible mom, because what are you trying to prove with your haircut? Low. I'm like, the double standards is just insane. The double standards we have with our hair is just insane. And all these things, I blame it on ourselves. Okay, this was something that was pre-installed in us from colonization, from colonialism. Okay, we had this thing where people were like, where missionaries and all these people were like, yeah, for you to be able to be a part of our school, you have to cut your hair, you have to wear a uniform. You think about it, you're like, how did these people get you to cut your hair? Guess what? They wanted to strip you off of your identity, because hair for us in the past and throughout history has been a part of us. We have been doing our hair, okay? Hair was a way to just identify us. Hair was a way for us to know where we were from, to know your class, to know your status in society. But this person came to your country, wanted to bring his civilization, and said, we're going to take away your name, okay? You're no longer going to have your local names. We're going to give you our Christian names. We're going to give you an English name or Portuguese name or French names. And on top of that, your hair, we do not accept this hair here, okay? Listen, you guys, it's insane. I feel like we cannot be stuck in the past. We cannot be stuck in history. We cannot be stuck with what these people came to our country to establish for us. Like, are you an independent country or not? Are you an independent continent or not? We keep saying, yeah, we're independent, but go to all these institutions and everything that was set in the past. And I'm like, we cannot be living in the past. Like, come on. Can we just break free from all these things? Can we just mentally emancipate ourselves? Can we? Because this whole thing about hair is just insane. Refusing to let people in school because they have hair is insane. Refusing to allow people to study just because of the hair they have on their hair is insane. Like, what have the people who do not have hair, what have they contributed to society? What have they contributed to society? The educational system in Ghana is flawed. Okay, it's dead. The educational system is just trash. Okay, it is just trash. But to have to add this on top of it, that is just crazy to me. Any case, this is just my opinion about hair. I think we have a very, very flawed idea and flawed perception about hair. It is something we have to just look into, try to change. So if you're coming to Ghana thinking, oh, Ghanaians are going to accept you for having African hair, for having natural hair, for having locks, sis, you're mistaken, okay? Because the culture of hair in Ghana is, we don't appreciate it. We don't appreciate locks. We don't appreciate natural hair. Going to school is going to be a struggle when you have African hair, except you're from the western parts, or from western countries. You're from the US, you're from Canada. You have to be somewhere that is not Africa. You have to be something else that is not African for you to be allowed to have your hair and to wear your hair as freely as you want to. Hair is supposed to be free. Like, it shouldn't hinder my education, but for some reason we think that hair is supposed to hinder our education and to hinder our smartness, which is just crazy. But anyways, this is just the topic for today. Let me know what you think. Have you had any experience with your hair? Just let me know down in the comment section. And I guess I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, sorry for the noise in the background. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. A la próxima. Ciao. Bye, guys.